views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Thousands of passengers across the East Coast, of course, had to alter their plans, and we spoke to one kid who was trying to cope with the delay.
I'm just sitting there on my iPod. It's just so frustrating. I want to be in Florida getting a tan on my back.
Geek, what the hell happened to everyone?
I've never seen an anomaly like this before.
Residual frequency signatures detected.
Oh, that's not good.
What does that mean?
It means we're picking up frequencies from other dimensions or times.
Well, at least somebody's getting some action.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's been a long time since I had any frequency in getting some action.
I don't patch it through the main computer.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, we're picking up something.
What the hell is it?
It's a broadcast of some sort.
Adjusting audio.
Boosting signal.
Welcome to the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Oh, God, is it Monday?
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. You have been beamed aboard. You are now live and inside the mothership for another action-packed episode of The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Broadcasting to you live from inside the mothership on Alien X Radio in Detroit, Michigan, and of course also on Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. And in syndication and replay around the world on stations like 920 WON. Let's try that again. 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. Wherever it is that you are tuned, wherever it is that you are listening, you can give me a call live on the Alien X lines at 1313-444-8919. That's 1313-444-8919. Or you can use the Skype, as the kids do today, and Skype me at AlienStone1. That's AlienStone and the number 1. Don't spell it out. Why? Because you would be wrong. All right, folks. I am Alien Stone, and we are about to scream through the galaxy, or at least talk really loud in the back row of the movie theater while everybody's trying to watch the new Top Gun movie. I'm not trying to crap on your parade, guys. I'm really not. I'm just not into Top Gun. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead. I hope you see it. I hope you love it. I hope it's worth the 36-year wait. I really do. I hope you enjoy every last moment of it. All right. Anyway, folks, coming up on the show today, of course, we've got music for your vajir holes. We've got comedy for you. We've got classic episodes of Just a Few Questions. Perhaps maybe some bad movie flashbacks. They're going to be sprinkling in all kinds of older news stories throughout the course of the decades that I've been messing around. Oh, that's real fun. I just spilled stuff all over the place. That's nice. I got to learn to keep my hands still, huh? Anyway, folks, coming up on the show still, like I said, the music, all that kind of good stuff. We got Sports by the Prospect. as well as I'm bringing back the news report. The actual, real news report. And yes, of course, when I play it, everybody's going to be like, well, that's fake news. All the media companies are fake news. So I just picked the one that I feel is the least fake. Okay? And believe me, I'll probably tear apart the stories when we come back after I, check out the truth and find out what they really mean. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get things started the way we always do. We know what's going on today, but what went on way back in the day? It's time for a history review on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
May 30th, 2002. In New York, the end of the agonizing cleanup at Ground Zero, 8.5 months after the September 11th terrorist attacks. Retired firefighter Tom Steffen says he can hardly believe what he sees, where the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center once stood.
It's scary. It's just to imagine that two giant, beautiful buildings were here. And now they're gone. It's like a baseball field, just flat and there's nothing there. It's gut-wrenching.
1431. In France, Joan of Arc is burned at the stake, condemned as a heretic. Today, she is France's national heroine and a Catholic saint. 1982.
I've always been someone that just grinds it out and just tries to do the best I can, take it one day at a time.
Cal Ripken Jr. of the Baltimore Orioles plays the first of what becomes a record 2,632 consecutive games in Major League Baseball. And 1909. Benny Goodman, the jazz clarinetist and band leader known as the King of Swing, is born in Chicago. Today in history, May 30th, Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
All right, folks, it's time for some Concrete Angels, and get on up! That's right, get on up! It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
They rock your face off.
happy 'cause I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear. I get another.
When a woman screams, I just feel the need to be there.
Persistence is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
You have been beamed aboard, and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Alrighty, folks, it is once again time for the punchlines. As always, the punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Also being brought to you in part by Yusuf's Butt Liquor. That's fine Turkish penitentiary toilet hooch. That's right, it's imported, don't you know? Deeply imported, if you know what I mean. The Amber Heard Skid Mark Eraser. It works on sheets, pillowcases, and acting careers. Yeah. It's available at Tim Burton Drugs and Walmart. And Papa Boner's Popcorn. It's all warm and buttery inside. But as always, look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. So, folks, I don't really have any punchlines today because there is so much crap going on right now that nothing is funny. News-wise. So I would have to make it up, like CNN. But, of course, when I make up news, it's funny, and everybody knows it's fake. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some older news stories into your vajir holes from the past, over the years of doing the show, things that I have come across. So how about we do a tech report? That's right. A little tech report on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
The newest threat to humans may not be nuclear weapons or climate change, but rather robots intended for intimate purposes that could suddenly turn deadly. Even worse, they can even be armed with guns or knives. Cybersecurity expert Dr. Nick Patterson recently voiced his concerns about the killer sex robots, cautioning that hackers could take control of the devices and turn them into wanton killing machines. Hackers can hack into a robot or a robotic device and have full control of the connections, arms, legs and other attached tools like in some cases knives or welding devices, he declared. Often these robots can be upwards of 200 pounds, and very strong. Elon Musk has previously warned about killer robot armies, describing artificial intelligence research as summoning a demon. Dr. Patterson, however, believes that the danger lies in hackers taking control of the sex robots and using them as deadly weapons. The last thing you want is for a hacker to have control over one of these robots. Once hacked, they could absolutely be used to perform physical actions for an advantageous scenario or to cause damage. Sex robots are a booming field in artificial intelligence, and the race is on to build the first mass-market robotic erotic companion. Harmony, a $15,000 robot created by Matt McMullen at Abyss Creations, is programmed to be docile, submissive, and built like a porn star. Over 5 years, she has evolved through 6 iterations and is generating a lot of interest among robot doll aficionados. My goal, in a very simple way, is to make people happy, McMullen said. There are a lot of people out there, for one reason or another, who have difficulty forming traditional relationships with other people. It's really all about giving these people some level of companionship, or the illusion of companionship. Some sex robots have been programmed with actual personalities, and there are others that need to be seduced before you get down to business. Some robots can be stimulated to orgasm, and there are even plans for robot brothels in Europe. These virtual girlfriends aren't cheap. However, plan to shell out at least 10 grand for even the base models. On top of that, there's always the danger they'll go on a homicidal rampage. Perhaps we should take our cue from the writings of Isaac Asimov and require that all sex robots be programmed with the 3 laws of robotics. If you like this video, please subscribe.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with The Prospect.
Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly sports update with The Prospect on Alien X Radio. Cap is back. Colin Kaepernick, the exiled quarterback, is in the news again as it is reported that he has worked out with the Las Vegas Raiders, according to sources. Team officials say that the workout was, quote, positive. There is no word on putting pen to paper. If there was a deal in place, however, Kaepernick will automatically be in a backup role to Derek Carr, although the team has traded for New England Patriots quarterback Jarrett Stidham and signed Nick Mullen. Showing his skills to prospective teams is nothing new for the 34-year-old, as he's made an event out of it in the past. He has also thrown for NFL scouts during the Michigan Wolverines spring game, where his former coach Jim Harbaugh works for. When asked if Kaepernick's potential workout will spell doom for Carr's leading the team, Raiders coach Josh McDaniels said that he didn't even let his player know of the arrival. After all, he did sign a $121.5 million contract with the Raiders, so I don't think he's taking a back seat, at least not this coming season. The NBA Finals is set, and if you guessed that the Warriors would be in it, congratulations. You've successfully figured out what we already knew. Even though this year's NBA regular season seemed a little lackluster in my opinion, part of the end result remained the same for the most part. Golden State makes yet another appearance in the finals, but a surprising team has joined them. Fresh off a close, and I mean close, Game 7 thriller against Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics have advanced to the championship series. Now, this is the Celtics' first time in 11 years reaching this point. They have to do a lot of work to get there. After sweeping the Nets in the first round, they have to go to a Game 7 not once, but twice against the Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Warriors, heavy favorites in the series, never saw a Game 7 in any of their matchups in the postseason. Game 1 is Sunday at Golden State. Well, tune in next week for more sports. Alien X Radio, I'm The Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Bulldoze the school and build a new one. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The president suggested that on a trip to Uvalde, Texas, days after a gunman murdered 19 kids and 2 teachers in a classroom.
President Biden and the First Lady also visited a memorial at Robb Elementary School honoring the 19 young students and 2 teachers killed in a mass shooting last week. For hours, the president also met with survivors and victims' families before greeting with first responders. The Justice Department has announced it will conduct a review of the law enforcement response to the shooting.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Uvalde. That response has been under intense scrutiny, with parents demanding answers why it took more than an hour for law enforcement to kill the 18-year-old shooter in the school. Democratic State Senator Roland Gutierrez told CNN State of the Union he talked to a mother whose daughter was shot in the back.
The first responder that they eventually talked to said that their child likely bled out. In that span of 30 or 40 minutes extra, that little girl might have lived.
It's Memorial Day, a day for Americans to reflect and honor military members who died serving our country.
This day is not about partisan wrangling or arguing or liberal conservative. This day is about remembering those who gave their all.
David Horton's son Chris was one of them, died in the war in Afghanistan in 2011. Later today, President Biden will go to Arlington National Cemetery, lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Holiday weekend fun turned deadly on a river in Georgia.
Divers have recovered the bodies of 3 boaters who went missing after a crash near Savannah, Georgia, bringing the death toll from that crash to 5. 2 motorboats with a total of 9 people were traveling in opposite directions when they collided on the Wilmington River. 4 others on board suffered minor injuries.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. One of the survivors was charged with boating under the influence. The husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Paul, arrested on suspicion of drunk driving in California. America's listening to Fox News.
An American tourist cheesed off a Canadian bar by swallowing its hollowed, severed toe. What's the big deal? Just give him 24 hours and a soup strainer and you can have it back. The Downtown Hotel in Dawson City, Yukon is famous for its sour toe cocktail cocktail, a rancid concoction with only 2 ingredients. 1 shot of Yukon Gold whiskey and 1 salty, dehydrated human toe. This grisly garnish is only meant to touch the lips as the whiskey is sipped, but one guy got ambitious and downed the whole shot in 1 gulp, imbibing the toe right along with it. Apparently, severed toes are in short supply around Dawson City, so the bar charged the guy a stiff $500 for the pleasure. They do have a backup toe, but it's their last one, so if anything happens to it, they might have to stock up by laying out actual tourist traps.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Attack. The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space, broadcasting to you live from Alien X Radio in Detroit, Michigan. I am Alien Stone, and do not worry, the gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array, it's wearing its mask just to keep Karen quiet. Okay? It is. Anyway, folks, there's a lot going on in the world today, so I guess I'm going to just try to, avoid it a little bit. I guess. Even though that's not my thing. That is not my thing. I've said it before, I'll say it again, man. The ostrich approach is not good. The burying your head in the sand approach is not good.
Well, the news is so negative, we shouldn't watch it, and then we'll just feel better.
Okay, but then you won't know what's happening, because you won't be paying attention. And then next thing you know, bam, you get smacked and blindsided with something that you could have seen coming a long time ago, but you weren't paying attention because you had your head buried in the sand. Anyway, kind of like being silent. Oh, I'll mind my own business. Well, if it is your business, you got to say something. Anyway, Bob, let's get this. Anyway, folks, it is time now. Bottom of the hour means it's time for a classic episode of Just a Few Questions. Gonna go back to October 21st, 2018. That's a long time ago, right? We've been doing this for a while, huh? It's older than that, trust me. Anyway, folks. It sucks to be the nurse. That's the name of this one, and that's all the setup that you're going to get. So, into your Vajira holes it goes. Just a few questions. It sucks to be the nurse on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Just a few questions.
All right, everybody. It is that time once again. It is time for Just a Few Questions. Just a page and a half, but it could take just a few hours if I let everybody run with it.
And we have a special guest caller.
That's right. On the line right now, joining us from UG Media, it is Mad Barton. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys? You all right?
Thank you for calling in, man.
No,
it's a pleasure and an honor to talk to you.
And you guys, how are you guys? I'll tell you what, Just a Few Questions has me in stitches, so I'm going to be crying and embarrassing myself for this, so I can't wait for the playback on Wednesday when I'm at work. I could laugh.
Well, what people don't know is, and I say this, I really do get anxiety sometimes because his creative mind is a little crazy. So at this moment in time, if they're already not on, this is when I put my sunglasses on in the studio so he can't look at me, or he doesn't know if I'm not 100% looking at him. Okay, in order to answer these questions. Sometimes there's tears that come from my eyes.
Dude, you gotta have a poker face like mine.
Exactly, man. So, all right, I'm taking a deep breath.
All right. And you may feel a little pressure.
But in a few minutes, you might learn to like it.
All right, so here it goes. Question number one.
Question number one.
You're a nurse. It's your first night on the job. And you and 2 other nurses are called to a patient's room by the doctor. It's not a private room, so there's 3 patients in the room. All 3 have been here for over a week and require sponge baths. Being your first night, the doctor gives you first pick. You grab your bowl of hot soapy water and sponge. Now you must decide who who you are going to wash. Is it A, Terry Crews, who is not actually a patient, he just loves getting naked and making guys feel uncomfortable? B, RuPaul, who claims his disco balls are extra dirty tonight? C, Michael Myers, that actually turned out to be Mariah Carey in a short haircut? Or D, Mama June? You're going to need a bigger sponge. And don't forget to get in between the rolls, because she says last time the nurse missed a few random pepperonis and Skittles. And go.
I'm going to let our guest caller, Matt Martin, answer this one first.
All right.
Because I'm tossed between two. So go on.
Right then. So I'm going to play the ignorant card. So I've just had to Google Mama June.
Oh my God!
Can I swear? Can I swear?
You can't unsee this.
I'm not allowed to swear because I'm too sure of rules on what you do over there.
Here's my thought process on that, brother. Okay,
Yeah.
if he says something about the last person missed some pepperoni rolls and Skittles, that definitely wouldn't have been in the one. Okay.
No, I'm asking. Am I allowed to swear?
Just no big ones.
No big ones.
I'm allowed to say the F word?
No. We're on one FM station.
Okay, fudge no then.
Oh, fudge no.
I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Cruz. I think if he's just gonna go in there and get naked, I think I'll go for the safe option.
Right. And there's a lot of pec muscles there to wash.
Well, I can live with that.
While they're dancing around.
He'll be like trying to wash the naked greased up guy from Family Guy.
Right.
I am gonna go with Michael Myers turning into Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I mean that to me seems like the safe way out, because either I want to die, and if he doesn't turn into Mariah Carey, I prefer to die than to wash RuPaul and the others. So I'm gonna go with Michael Myers, and thank you, Mariah Carey, and I'll make you sure you can hit those high notes again. Question number two.
You have learned that patients are charged about $1,000 a day for services that you provide, but only get paid about $100 a day for.
You want to have an ending?
So as a nurse, what are some things that you can do on the side that will help you earn some extra cash?
What is wrong with you?
A, sell bogus life insurance policies to dying patients. B, tell the hospital billing staff that you are a consulting physician. That way you'll get paid $500 every time you enter a room or read a chart.
Oh, that's good.
C, schedule house call sponge baths for Terry Crews. or D.
I already know where Martin's going.
Or D, go back in time and take up welding instead of nursing and go.
Oh! You know what? I'll take the reins on this one, Martin. You know what? I think I could pull off a welding mask. I'm gonna go back.
You're going back in time?
I'm going back in time.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I'm going back. I'm going back because I couldn't sell a dying person fake life insurance. I would feel bad.
Right.
And I'm way too stupid to be a doctor or even fake that. I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to start a new trade.
Okay. And Matt Martin.
Well, I'm going to go with option number C, I think.
What was option C?
What was?
Oh, that.
Schedule house call sponge baths with Terry Crews.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I too couldn't do one. That's so not me. You could probably pull off number two if you're going to be Dr. Nick. Hi, everybody. But I couldn't. But no, it's going to have to be three.
All right.
I'm way not smooth enough to fake being a doctor. There's no way. Way not smooth enough.
Oh,
they see right through me, man.
Just scrubs and just pretend.
All right, so question number 3.
Question number 3.
Question number 3, you have to answer a little bit differently. So each answer, you have to actually pick an answer for each answer. So I'll explain to you what I'm talking about. Number 3 is, with what did I say? With all of the different aspects of the nursing field, what do you think will be the most challenging thing for you to overcome? I'm going to give you A, B, C, and D, and there's 2 of them each of them. You have to pick one for each of these.
Okay.
A, wearing the little white hat, or randomly getting groped by 90-year-old liver-spotted hands. I'm going to go through each of these right now. Go ahead, pick one of those 2.
I'm going to pick A.
That is A. You got to pick one of those 2 for A. Are you going to be? What's hardest, wearing the little white hat or getting groped by liver-spotted 90-year-old hands? Which would be hardest for you?
Get touched. I could live with the hat. I couldn't live with being touched. That'd just be weird. That'd be like sleeping with the tea or something.
Okay, so you both go with the second one on that, which is the little white hat.
Yeah.
Okay. So on B, which would be worse, watching good people suffer and die, or randomly getting groped by self-righteous doctors that know little more than you do about medicine.
What's going to be worse?
Yeah.
Watching people die.
All right. So you go with watching people die.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Ben Barton?
Hey, man, I'm
gonna go the moral one. My warped sense of humor says otherwise, but yeah.
Right. But there's female doctors, you know, so that might not be that bad. I'm going. Yeah. All right, go on.
All right. So your choices for C is wiping the 90-year-old liver-spotted ass of a dying patient, or afterwards never again being able to touch your face.
Now that'll be awkward shaving, wouldn't it?
Ooh, we're going overtime.
I'm going. I'm never touching somebody's ass, so no, that would be worse.
No,
that'd be worse.
All right. So actually touching them would be worse.
Yes.
All right. No, what? That wasn't really okay. Anyway, D, not stealing drugs from the hospital's pharmacy to sell on the side, but eventually starting an online drug empire that costs you your family, friends, and ultimately your life, or getting Ron Jeremy to stop playing porno music every time you enter the room to take his rectal temperature.
I think I could actually live with
knockout.
Yes, you just. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been just a few questions for today.
We're actually overtime, so
we are.
Yep.
All right.
What's worse?
Ron Jeremy, by sure, would be the worst.
Matt Barton.
I think I could live with Ron Jeremy. I think.
All right. Going overtime a little bit here. I do want to thank Matt Martin for calling in for just a few questions.
Thank you, sir.
My. What was it? What would you decide on?
For what?
Co-navigational
assistant.
Yes. On Inside the Mothership.
Oh, bro, it's just like, dude, you get the best barrels ever, dude. Just like you pull in and you just get spit right out of them. And you just drop in and just smack the lip. Whoop-ah! Drop down, snap, and then after that, you just drop in, you just ride the barrel and get pitted. So pitted like that.
Epic rap battles of history! Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler! Begin!
I am Adolf Hitler, command of the Third Reich! Little known fact, also dope on the mic! You are Vader, with your little boots and cape, and helmet to cover up that burnt-ass face! You have the Force to move objects, I am a Force truly evil, even went back in time and tried to back as a prequel! Cause look at you, you're not even a real person! I preferred you with Spaceballs, the Rick Moranis version!
You can't rhyme against the dark side of the Force, why even bother? So many dudes been with your mom, who even knows if I'm your father? You're a pissed off little prick with a Napoleon dick. You call that a mustache? I call that dirty Sanchez on your lip. You bitch, let me remind you who you're messing with. Everything that you did, I'm the motherfucker who invented it. I'm the original Dark Lord, you're like the Sorcerer's Apprentice. My stormtroopers make yours look like someone took a piece of shit and cloned it.
You stink, Vader! Your star smells something sour! You need to wash up, dog! Here, step in my shower! I'll turn all your friends against you, just my speeches breed haters, but your lightsaber verse a clan of all your white neighbors!
Suck my robot ball. Now take a step back and let me freeze yours off. A little carbonite bath for your goose stepping ass. We'll call my homeboy in Israel, see who got the last laugh. Who won? Who's next? You decide. Epic rap battles of history!
this is Tiffany Shepis, star of The Violent Kind in movies like Zombies, Zombies, Zombies. You're listening to...
Well, that is a sucker punch to the gonads.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right. Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Top 10 Artists 23 EXP releases their 11-song debut album, Welcome, featuring songs like Siren, This album is guaranteed to satisfy your hunger with songs like Food. Welcome by 23 EXP is available right now at CD Baby, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, and wherever music is sold. And yes, this album includes the #1 song, Stand Up. Welcome by 23 EXP. Get it today. The monster that's inside.
You just robbed a house. You have all this great stuff that now belongs to you, but you got this annoying pang of guilt nagging at you. You just can't get over the thought of the lives you've shattered in your quest for illicit goods. Well, worry no more, because your friends at Cell Block Greeting Cards have the answer for you. Introducing our new line of petty crime thank you cards. Before you smash and grab one of our cards and leave it behind on your next heist. Choose from any of these fine, heartfelt cards like,
"Sorry I crapped on your couch, but thank you for the plasma TV."
Or,
"Thanks for the PlayStation, alcohol, and penny jar."
And,
"Don't use your toothbrush."
For a limited time, introducing,
"I'm still in the house."
And many more sentimental petty crime thank you cards. Available at any back alley, shadowy parking lot, or Walmart.
Feel Good Firing's the place to call when you really want to make yourself feel big by firing somebody. We provide you with an unsuspecting loser who you can hire, then turn around and fire. But Feel Good Firing services go beyond just satisfying your little hissy fits. We'll give you someone you can pin the blame on the next time you spend the whole company payroll on hookers and blow. So when you screw up, don't take the blame. Just pass the buck. Call Feel Good Firings and we'll take the blame, the shame, and the indictments away.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from the Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
It is absolutely horrible in there. It's like they just, had a big old nasty party.
Jamie Barnes was surprised to see her front door open after being away for a few days. But that shock was quickly topped by what was going on inside the house on Devant Street in South Memphis.
Walk in and they're having sex on my couch. I pick up my broom. I wanted to hit that man so bad.
She says the man yelled, "I don't know nothing," over and over, while the woman tried to cover up.
She tried to grab one of my dresses and put it on. I just snatched it from her. What you finna do?
She says the man went running. She tried to follow him, but stopped when he reached an alley, while the woman, Tonka Barnes, was arrested for aggravated burglary. Barnes says the couple she saw stripped naked also stripped her house.
And they ransacked my house and stole all my stuff. Jewelry, appliances, clothes.
Her neighbor said someone spotted the couple taking bins of clothing out of the house and even trying to sell some of Jamie's jewelry.
Crazy, stop this. You never think something like that'll happen. They getting too bold.
Barnes says she was already planning on moving, but yesterday's crime expedited the process.
And I don't feel comfortable at this house, so in my eyes, I'm homeless.
Report.
We're in standard orbit, Captain. Good work, Mr. Tukok. What the hell are we doing in the 21st century? There's something we need to do. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Don't mess around with the space-time continuum. Captain, I've located the signal. Put it on speaker.
You're tuned in to the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Well, that'll wake you up in the morning.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
All right, folks, I've had the pedal to the metal, and we have now arrived at hour number 2 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We are broadcasting to you live from within inside the mothership on Alien X Radio in Detroit, Michigan. On to Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet Radio Networks, and in syndication and replay around the world on stations like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSBFM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Podcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. Wherever it is that you are tuned, wherever it is that you are listening, I do have the Alien X lines open. You can always give me a call live at 1313-444-8919. That's 1313-444-8919. Or Skype me at AlienStone1. That's AlienStone and the number 1. Don't spell it out because you would be wrong. For those of you just now tuning in, you're late, tardy, not retardy. Relax. I didn't say that. You're tardy. We start things at 9 a.m. Eastern here on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. So, coming up in this hour, much like in the last hour, we've got music for your vagir holes. We've got silly little news stories from the past. We've got strange music for your vagir holes. We've got, what else we got? We got the punchlines. We've got sports from the prospect. Another update from the news. All of this is all coming up this hour, as well as your calls. And whatever happens to happen on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Like, let's move on right now with something I have not done in a very long time. The wackadoo of the week.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
What the Florida?
That was not the right thing. Sorry.
Now, Donna, you got quite the event today. It sounds like what's going on with you.
Well, I wanted to voice my opinion on something that's been bothering me for a really long time.
Okay.
I tried writing the newspaper and contacting TV stations, but nobody seems to want to stay with this. So that's why I'm calling you guys.
What's the issue?
Well, over the past few years, I've been involved in 3 separate car accidents involving deer.
Mm-hmm.
With the population and everything. Each of these incidents, they've occurred shortly after I saw a deer crossing sign on the highway. Well, my frustration is that Minnesota and North Dakota Departments of Transportation would allow these deer crossings to be in such high traffic areas. I mean, I've even seen them on the interstate. Why are we encouraging deer to cross at the interstate? I don't get it. That's such a high traffic area. I mean, I understand that deer are wild animals and they need to travel across the streets occasionally to survive. And, of course, to find food. But it seems to me that so irresponsible of us to allow these deer crossings to be in areas where these deer are so likely to be struck by oncoming traffic. I mean, wouldn't you agree? I mean, it's just, I mean, you'd think they would put deer crossings maybe, in, smaller towns, maybe during at a school crossing. It would be a safer place for them to cross.
Wait.
Put the deer crossing sign.
Deer crossings aren't telling deer that it's safe to cross there. It's just more of like an alert for drivers so they know it's like a high deer population.
The government put the deer crossings there. They can direct the deer population anywhere they want to by moving that deer crossing sign. I mean, why in the world would they place it on the highway or the interstate. You know? I mean, God, there are so many other places I can think of than put the deer crossing signs on busy highways and interstate.
You seem to be under the misunderstanding that the deer are somehow attracted to the deer crossing sign.
Well, yeah, the deer crossing sign is there to allow the deer to know that's where they need to cross.
Right. And all these car accidents you had involved a deer after you saw a deer crossing sign.
Exactly. I mean, I'm trying to watch out for the deer, but I mean, speed limit's 55, 65. How am I supposed to, you can't brake really quick if if the deer just is crossing in that deer crossing area.
So you'd like to see these signs move somewhere safer?
Right. If we can move them, don't put deer crossing signs on the interstate or freeways. Put them in lower traffic areas. Somewhere where the speed limit's, a lot slower.
Uh-huh.
Maybe small towns. I don't know. I think school crossings is a good idea.
Well, listen, we will. You say you've tried to contact quite a few people about this.
Right. Yeah. I wrote at least 3 or 4 letters, and
we will spread the word. Okay. We will try to kind of help you raise some awareness for this issue. Okay.
Oh, thank you. We need to move those deer crossing signs.
We appreciate your comment this morning.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Jackson the best. Campfire and starry nights, deer camp. No place I'd rather be than out in Jackson County. Tell your buddy, don't tell your wife. We're out for a good time, drinking, laughing, shooting at deer camp. Yeah, deer camp. Stayed up late last night, bike there made in the morning light. Still can see as many deer as awesome. Josh lay there, he's so drunk, that's alright, he can't hunt. Still can see as many deer as awesome. Christian is sober one, just in case of pure run. Always save our asses at deer camp. About deer camp. Yeah, deer camp. There was one left at the end of the night. He's our buddy, his name is Kai. Dreaming of does and shooting bugs at deer camp. Yeah, deer camp. And deer camp.
It's a good song, right, everybody?
No work here, no what's here, no yes here, November, 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 November.
Hey kids, when you're not watching my show, the Sir Graveson Show Presents, you should be listening to Alien X Radio. That's where I'm at right now, out in space somewhere.
Alien X Radio.
Yo, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do what you want to do. Set your goals, accomplish your dreams. I'm off and running, baby. I am trouble. Let's go. The ground running, I ain't looking back again. All the shit I've done in the past has got me adamant to be the man that I can be and lead them to the promised land. Cause I done finally found my flame and I can take a stand. I ain't giving up again, but y'all don't really understand. Everything I went through, I did it so I could be a man. Sacrificing myself so y'all ain't gotta do it. Knowing that my daughters will hold me down if I'ma lose it. I swear to y'all and these babies, they made my doing fluid. I'ma keep it moving like a Buick just to prove it to them. Riding till the wheels fall off, I can't be not pursuing. Cause I done promised myself that I'ma make it big. I don't give a shit what you say about me, I'm on a kid. See this music, I love it like it's a friend of mine. Had I never found the mic, I probably would have lost my mind. Or ended up a junkie looking for another line. I ain't going back again to the lonely road that I used to roam. I was so alone, but I built my dream and now I'm living it. Got my hands in the air and yeah, I'm kicking it. I'm not going back, I ain't going back again to the lonely road. I can still remember everything that they said, that I could never be a rapper, get it out of my head. So I didn't choose a rapper, picked an artist instead. And now I'm painting perfect pictures like Picasso was that. It ain't a dream anymore because I live it. Just a timid little boy that blew up without a gimmick. Now I'm giving everything that I got like a critic. Always kept it real, you can never say that I didn't. Told Sony go to hell, I ain't changing my image. I am the person I am and got a flow independent. And I'll be damned if I sell out, I ain't even bending. So put one in the air and smoke for me. Let me take you on a journey that my eyes can see. And I'ma show you everything that I chose to be. Hard work and dedication is a part of T. So if you're feeling how I'm feeling, come on and sing it with me. I ain't going back again to the lonely road that I used to roam. I was so alone, but I built my dream and now I'm living it. Got my hands in the air and yeah, I'm kicking it. I'm not going back, I ain't going back again to the lonely road. I ain't going back again to the lonely road that I used to roam. I'm so alone.
of the night, when the full moon rises, in the heat of the night, they're coming after you.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Sorry, folks. It is now time for the punchlines. Punchlines are being brought to you, of course, by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube at www.igorslube.com and on Facebook. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. Don't forget about Igor's Crotch Critter Repellent and Murdering Spray. A repellent, preventative, and treatment all in one can. It's like turning the lights on in a New York City apartment. When you've picked up an unwanted hitchhiker or stowaway, just think Igor's Crotch Critter Repellent and Murdering Spray. Ask your doctor. All right, folks, so looking at the punchlines today, and one of the top stories that I'm seeing, okay, which is really crazy because you remember we will put money to researching anything, regardless as to if it has any importance or relevancy at all. Like, why do you even care? Okay, but here we go, right? And it says it's been leaked. This information's been leaked. That's really funny considering what the information is. Okay, dolphins recognize each other. Okay, you're gonna say by echolocation, right? Or by they got a language. Is that what you're gonna say? No, that's how they speak to one another. Okay, but how do they recognize one another? Like if I had my back to a bunch of people and I knew all them people, I might not recognize them if they changed their voice and I can't see them. You know what I mean? Because that's what I use. Now, I can hear them. I can talk to them. I can communicate with this person, but I still don't recognize them because humans use sight and sound as recognition. You know, sometimes we use other things too, like the way the person talks, but that's a little more complicated. Okay, which also could be altered and changed. Somebody could be sick. They could, anyway. So how do dolphins recognize each other? They talk to each other, but how do they recognize each other? Why, according to this, by by tasting one another's urine. That's how they do it. Excuse me, what's your name? Psst. Okay, Jeff. Listen up, Jeff. You're not supposed to be here. Okay, anyway, listen. Really? Really? So this is how it's going on now? We're putting money into researching how dolphins recognize each other by tasting their own urine. Like some dolphins just swimming along and he goes through like a yellow strip in the ocean, pops his head up, looks around, goes, R. Kelly, is that you? You know what I'm saying? Oh. Art Kelly, is that you? That's great. And we all know if they find a turd floating around, they automatically assume it's Amber. All turds are from Amber from now on, no matter where you find it. All the signs out in the park that has, the picture of the dog pooping, it's now a picture of Amber. Just saying, she ain't never going to get over that. All right, there's been a lot of storms going on as of late all over the place. We had a hurricane, or not a hurricane, we had a tornado recently in, where the heck was it? Gaylord, Michigan, right around here. It was really horrible. It was, and I don't mean to make light of it. I don't, because it was in fact a horrible storm. There was loss of life, lots of loss of houses, and all kinds of stuff. But as I said, we're playing older stories that went back over the course of the years that I've been doing the show. And this one involves a bit of a storm. It was a hailstorm. And then somebody, of course, somebody very creative got a hold of the story. So check this out.
Across town, residents are now picking up the pieces as well. Large hailstones destroyed mobile homes, busted out windows, and car tail lights.
Man, them jokers was big, size of a quarter, doggone.
Many said it sounded like nothing they've ever heard before.
It said kapooyah, kapooyah, and your boy that hell just came in. I opened my door and I looked out my door and started hitting me in my head. I took out running, ran to my restroom, and then I called my mama to see was she all right. Man, them jokers was big, size of a quarter, doggone.
Many said it sounded like nothing they've ever heard before.
It said kapooyah, kapooyah. Man, them jokers was big. It said kapooyah, kapooyah. And your man, them jokers was big. It said kapooyah, kapooyah. Ran to my restroom. I called my mama to see was she all right. Size of a quarter, doggone. And then hell just came in. I looked up, opened my door, and I looked at my door and started hitting me in my head. I took out running, ran to my restroom, then I called my mama to see was she all right, doggone.
Many said it sounded like nothing they've ever heard before.
It said kapooyah, kapooyah, and your man, them jokers was big. It said kapooyah, kapooyah, ran to my restroom. I called my mama to see was she all right. It said kapooyah, kapooyah, and your man, them jokers was big. It said kapooyah, kapooyah, ran to my restroom. I called my mama to see was she all right. Size of a quarter, doggone. And then hell just came in. I looked up, opened my door, and I looked out my door and started hitting me in my head. I took out running, ran to my restroom, and then I called my mama to see was she all right, doggone.
Many said it sounded like nothing they've ever heard before.
It said kapooyah, kapooyah, and your man, them jokers was big. It said kapooyah, kapooyah, ran to my restroom. I called my mama to see was she all right. It said kapooyah, kapooyah, and your man, them jokers was big. It said kapooyah, kapooyah, ran to my restroom. I called my mama to see was she all right.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. Cap is back. Colin Kaepernick, the exiled quarterback, is in the news again as it is reported that he has worked out with the Las Vegas Raiders, according to sources. Team officials say that the workout was quote positive. There is no word on putting pen to paper. If there was a deal in place, however, Kaepernick will automatically be in a backup role to Derek Carr, although the team has traded for New England Patriots quarterback Jarrett Stidham and signed Nick Mullen. Showing his skills to prospective teams is nothing new for the 34-year-old, as he's made an event out of it in the past. He has also thrown for NFL scouts during the Michigan Wolverines spring game, where his former coach Jim Harbaugh works for him. When asked if Kaepernick's potential workout will spell doom for Carr's leading the team, Raiders coach Josh McDaniels said that he didn't even let his player know of the arrival. After all, he did sign a $121.5 million contract with the Raiders, so I don't think he's taking a back seat, at least not this coming season. The NBA Finals is set, and if you guessed that the Warriors would be in it, congratulations. You have successfully figured out what we already knew. Even though this year's NBA regular season seemed a little lackluster in my opinion, part of the end result remained the same for the most part. Golden State makes yet another appearance in the finals, but a surprising team has joined them. Fresh off a close, and I mean close, Game 7 thriller against the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics have advanced to the championship series. Now this is the Celtics' first time in 11 years reaching this point, and they have to do a lot of work to get there. After sweeping the Nets in the first round, they have to go to a Game 7 not once, but twice against the Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Warriors, heavy favorites in the series, never saw a Game 7 in any of their matchups in the postseason. Game 1 is Sunday at Golden State. Well, tune in next week for more sports. Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Bulldoze the school and build a new one. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The president suggested that on a trip to Uvalde, Texas, days after a gunman murdered 19 kids and 2 teachers in a classroom.
President Biden and the First Lady also visited a memorial at Robb Elementary School honoring the 19 young students and 2 teachers killed in a mass shooting last week. For hours, the president also met with survivors and victims' families before greeting with first responders. The Justice Department has announced it will conduct a review of the law enforcement response to the shooting.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Uvalde. That response has been under intense scrutiny, with parents demanding answers why it took more than an hour for law enforcement to kill the 18-year-old shooter in the school. Democratic State Senator Roland Gutierrez told CNN State of the Union he talked to a mother whose daughter was shot in the back.
The first responder that they eventually talked to said that their child likely bled out. In that span of 30 or 40 minutes extra, that little girl might have lived.
It's Memorial Day, a day for Americans to reflect and honor military members who died serving our country.
This day is not about partisan wrangling or arguing or liberal conservative. This day is about remembering those who gave their all.
David Horton's son Chris was one of them, died in the war in Afghanistan in 2011. Later today, President Biden will go to Arlington National Cemetery, lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Holiday weekend fun turned deadly on a river in Georgia.
Divers have recovered the bodies of 3 boaters who went missing after a crash near Savannah, Georgia, bringing the death toll from that crash to 5. 2 motorboats with a total of 9 people were traveling in opposite directions when they collided on the Wilmington River. 4 others on board suffered minor injuries.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. One of the survivors was charged with boating under the influence. The husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Paul, arrested on suspicion of drunk driving in California. America's listening to Fox News.
Accused of serving more than just burgers and fries at a Sonic drive-in. Police say he was selling pot brownies and cookies. And that restaurant happens to be located right next to a police substation in North Austin. Fox 7's Jennifer Kendall joins us in studio tonight with more on how he was caught. Jennifer?
Yeah, Rebecca, 22-year-old Tyler Wallace worked as a car hop at the Sonic on Lamplight Village Avenue. Police say someone sent them an anonymous email saying Wallace was selling cookies and brownies laced with THC, which is the active ingredient in marijuana. According to the arrest affidavit, Wallace, who was on probation when he was arrested, told officers he was selling drugs in order to support his family. Police say they tracked Wallace's car down at a hotel, and when they stopped him, he had a backpack with 47 hash candies inside. We tried to talk with Wallace's roommates, but no one answered the door at his address. Wallace was arrested for possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver. That's a first-degree felony. He's currently in the Travis County Jail with a bond totaling $50,000. And he also has several prior charges, including unlawful carrying of a weapon, possession of a dangerous drug, and fleeing police.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now in the second half of hour number 2, which means we're in the second half of the entire freaking broadcast. You didn't even feel that roundabout. That's because we've got the finest inertia cancelers in all of the universe installed right there at Jupiter Station. That's right, folks. Yeah, it's in the news. Jupiter Station's been in the news. All of a sudden, a bunch of planets line up, and you can see them all in the sky, and all of a sudden, everybody's outside staring up. I like to run out there and just hit y'all in the throat. They're just dots in the sky. See, everybody out there that follows astrology, I'm a Leo. Okay, I know what that means. That, you know, I was born between this date and this date. It means I'm a Leo. That's what that means. Okay, and there's people out there that are Scorpios, and there's people out there that are Cancer. You know, all these different things. And they say, well, if this planet's in retrograde, or if this star lines up with this, and on this time that means this is going to happen with this, and this is going to happen with this, and if a Scorpio meets up with a Pisces, then this is going to happen. Let me just tell you this. This might just be an opinion, I'm not sure, but ladies and gentlemen, the stars and the planets, their placement in the sky, and the year in which you were born will have absolutely no effect whatsoever on your life in the future. The only part of that affects you at all is when you were born, and that's going to be on your driver's license. Okay? Has absolutely no effect. Okay, folks? But anyway, go ahead, run outside and look up and see those little dots. I guess it's happening tonight again. I don't know. How fast are they moving to where we only see it once? You know? Then they're gone. Yeah, I don't know. Except I'm not an astrologer or an astronaut or whatever, astrophysicist. Ooh, that's a big word. That's a Sheldon Cooper size word there. Anyway, folks, we're in the bottom half of the hour, which means it's time for a classic episode of Just a Few Questions. Going a little sci-fi on this one. Going back to August 18th of 2019 to be a superfly on the wall. It's just a few questions on the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
Answer just a few questions.
All right. Are you ready to answer just a few questions? Are you scared? Don't be scared.
I'm not scared.
Don't be scared.
Not.
Bring it. All right. So. Here we go. Question number one.
Question number one.
Question number one. So, while you were out shopping for a new thong and some bedazzling supplies, you run into Jeff Goldblum.
Stop. Time out.
He's like, stop, time out. That wouldn't happen.
Right.
That's why this is just a few questions.
All right.
It's all fake. Okay, while you were out shopping for a brand new guitar.
No, that's fine. We can do the thong and bedazzle thing. That's fine.
Thong and bedazzling.
All right, so.
Okay, you run into Jeff Goldblum, who is out riding his bike. Apparently, he is in town for a movie and likes to ride his bike out and about when he's not on the set. The two of you decide to go to a club for a few drinks and see a local rock show. You and Jeff get hammered for the next 5 hours while you rock out to Black Heron Influence, Concrete Angel, Spiral Crush, and Vicariant.
That'd be a hell of a show.
After putting your faces back on, as that show would be amazing and certainly rock your faces off, the last thing you remember was the owner letting the two of you out the back door at 3 a.m. After that, everything went black. When you woke, you found yourself naked and locked inside a strange egg-shaped pod. You began pounding on the window and shouting. Jeff walks into view wearing a lab coat. A look of anger falls over your face, and you begin punching the window. Jeff says, "Calm down. Yes, you are naked. But no, we didn't do any butt stuff." So you calm down immediately. Take a deep breath and ask, "So what's up, Jeff?" He picks up a small jar and walks over to the window. This is a common housefly. So small and unimportant to you or me, but proportionately they have far more strength than any human could ever have. What we are going to do is take what we're going to do is take all of the strength and genetic benefits from this housefly and infuse it with your DNA. With that, he placed the jar in a small pod on his desk next to his computer. What do you say next? A, hey Jeff, what happened to the Michaels bag with my new thong and pack of rhinestones? B, sounds great, Jeff, but I just woke up. Can I take a piss, get a cup of coffee, and deal with this morning boner first? C, are you sure we didn't do any butt stuff? Come on, be honest with me. And go. Remember, there is a wild card answer.
I'm going to go with B.
You're going to go with B. Yep. Sounds great, Jeff, but I just woke up. Can I take a piss, get a cup of coffee, and deal with this morning boner first? That sounds about...
It sounds about every day.
That's the most reasonable one, I think.
Yeah.
The wild card answer you did not choose was, okay, but be careful. I don't think you want to start... He says, okay, well, be careful. I don't think I want to start puking on my food before eating it, Jeff. Yes. Bonus question is, what other fly features besides strength and flying would be helpful to humans?
I would say probably they're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, because they
can see pretty good all over the place.
Right. And me being blind and stuff.
With like hundreds of eyes or something?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it was, but I know they kind of... I don't know if you want to call it their peripheral.
Yeah.
Because you ever know when you try to kill a fly from...
Oh, it's almost...
They know it.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So...
Question number 2.
Question number 2! Number 2 is, well, after unsuccessfully trying to talk Jeff out of splicing you with a fly, he flips the switch and the lights in the room dim. A low humming sound begins to grow. A few snaps of electricity and you begin to feel very strange. Just then, everything goes black again. When you wake up, you are in a circular glass room with a steel ceiling. You cannot see any way out. And that's when you realize that you can see the entire room in all directions at the same time. Then a giant Jeff Goldblum face appears on the other side looking at you and says, I hope you can forgive me. I had the wires crossed, and instead of transferring the fly's best abilities into you, I transferred your best abilities into the fly. That's when you realize the large glass room with the steel ceiling is actually the jar, and you are now a housefly. Now let's see what parts of you is the fly and what parts of you is you. We know you are small. Wait. We know you are small and can see in all directions. So what other fly powers do you have? You fly up to the jar's lid. Okay, you can fly. You knock the lid right off the top of the jar with ease. So you have a human strength, but in a fly package. Now that you are out of your prison, how do you punish Jeff? A, well, since you can move like a fly and still hit like a man, you begin kicking his ass all over the lab. B, you fly into the sewers and find some rat droppings. You land on it, as flies do, and then fly back to Jeff's house, landing on his potato salad, and bam! Just like that, he's got the plague. Or C, they say living well is the best revenge, so you join a funk group as the world's first insect bass player known as Superfly. And go.
I'm going with C.
You're going with C. You're going to be Superfly.
I'm going to be Superfly.
So you can be a funk bass player. You got to get to this little itty bitty. You got to get this little itty bitty bass. Can you find a bass small enough?
I'll build one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess you could. Little fly bass, super fly bass.
Fly bass.
Sweet.
Like a flying V bass.
All right. And the wild card answer you did not choose. Wait until he gets into bed and then start flying around the room until he gets up. Then hide and repeat until dawn.
Okay, I want to go with that wild card answer.
Damn flies, I'm trying to sleep. Bonus question is, would you say it's possible that after all these years of fast living, as a fly, you just might be immune to raid?
I would say yeah.
They might shh, there, it'll kill him, and you'd be like, whoa, yeah, I'm super fly. Give me some more. I want another hit of that. Whoa. No? Maybe?
I smoke at the raid for breakfast, man. You know?
Question number 3.
Question number 3 is, so, it looks like you will be spending the rest of your life as the world's coolest housefly. Luckily, you kept a human's lifespan. So aside from being the greatest insect base player, yet being able to be crushed by a fly swatter, what are some of the pros and cons to being a housefly hybrid? A, you can sit in on private conversations as a fly on the wall, but you have to dissolve your food with acid vomit before sucking it up. B, you can sit in on girls changing in the locker room as a fly on the wall, but you have a fly's dick, so what's the point? C, you can fly free in any direction you choose, but you know that someday you'll end up residing in the aromatic aroma of a bag lady living behind a dumpster at the Pack and Save downtown. And go.
I'm going to go with B.
You're going to go with B. So, yeah, you're going to check out the chicks, but you can't do anything about it because you got a fly's dick.
It's okay.
It's okay, man.
It's okay, man.
You got a fly's dick.
The
wild card answer you did not choose. Sure, you can see in all directions. Fly. Have your full... Wait, did I call this something? No, that's something else. Okay. Sure, you can see in all directions. Fly. Have your full lifespan and strength. You could travel the world as an insect basist and digest your food before eating it, eliminating the possibility of getting heartburn. But raid kills bugs, oh yes it can. But if the spray don't kill him, you can smash him with the can. Anyway, your cheap shot question. This is a new thing. Like I haven't hit you with a couple cheap shots already, right?
Right.
Your cheap shot question is...
We're calling it a cheap shot question.
It's the cheap shot question. Because it's not really a question. It's just kind of a cheap shot. If the fly got all of the good stuff, think about the other pod. That poor creature can't fly, can't see in all directions. It's the size of a human with the strength of a fly, and it clearly can't play bass guitar at all. So what can it do? You know, besides answer just a few questions. Oh!
This will be my last time here at Inside the Mothership. I will be retiring after today.
It would be the Danny DeVito character.
The Danny DeVito.
The Danny DeVito character.
From Twins?
From Twins, right. So you got all the good stuff, and then all the stuff got left behind in the other one. But he looks like you now.
Right.
He's the fly inside you, and you are you inside the Superfly. Anyway, that has been just a few questions.
That's terrible. We're having no lightning crashes.
Oh, we got to do... That's right. That's on another page. See, it keeps throwing me off when I don't have it on the same page.
What is wrong?
So, it's time for Lightning Strikes. True or false? Jeff Goldblum played an alien in a 1989 romantic comedy.
True.
The title of that movie was Earth Girls Are Easy or My Space Guy.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
True or false? Jeff Goldblum played Mahoney in Police Academy.
False.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. You are correct.
Dude, come on.
No, I fat fingered it and hit the wrong button. What alien attack movie am I referring to? It's starring DJ Jazzy Jeff Goldblum and the Fresh Prince.
Independence Day.
That is correct, sir. Alice in Chains album relevant to today's questions.
5, 4. Dinosaurs 3, put us
2, 1. Jar of Flies.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jar of Flies.
More attractive to flies, mouse poop or dog poop?
I'm gonna go dog poop. I don't know why. I'm just guessing.
Dead fish or old fruit?
Old fruit.
Either one would have been fine. A festering sewer or Courtney loves vagina?
Courtney loves vagina.
Good answer. Good answer. Who was Jeff Goldblum's female co-star in The Fly?
Oh, it was Louise. Your name's right here.
Gina Davis. Yes! All right, so what other movie has Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis done together? There's 2 of them. I'll take either one.
There was The Fly.
Mm-hmm.
They did 2 other ones?
They did 2 other movies together.
Really?
There's a few other things they did together, I'll tell you that.
Well, weren't they married?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
We're over time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Transylvania 65000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis are ex-husband and wife or good friends and co-owners of Apartments.com?
Ex-husband and wife.
My mouse died. There we go. Change your apartment, change the world, or change your apartment, get rid of bed bugs.
Change your apartment, get rid of bed.
Get rid of bed bugs? So that's the slogan? Change your apartment, get rid of bed bugs?
There you go.
That's the ghetto version of Apartments.com. That's duplexes.com. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us here inside the mothership. I'm Bailey Stone.
I'm T-Unit.
Until next time, peace.
See ya.
Alrighty, folks, that's a little segment called Just a Few Questions. That airs live when we do Inside the Mothership, which airs at 12 noon Eastern on Sundays here on Alien X Radio and our fantastic affiliates around the world, both live and in syndication and replay. Folks, I don't know where they come from. I don't know where the questions come from. I don't know. Some people say that I maybe eat something I shouldn't eat before I go to bed. I don't know where it comes from. I call it brain drippings, which manifest as verbal diarrhea. But it's all for entertainment purposes. Do not come to me for your news. You would be wrong. Alrighty, folks. Anyway, we are coming close to the end of this hour, so I don't know what I'm going to do to fill this time. I think what I'm going to do is play some more music for your ear holes. That is what I am thinking. And I've been looking for something here that is just ridiculous. Something that is ridiculous. You know what? I don't want to play something ridiculous. How about that? Let's play something that'll rock your face off. Oh, okay. I just got a message from Chris from Concrete Angels. He is making sure that I get a copy of his new album. The Concrete Angels album, by the way, folks, you get it on CD and be like, like a regular person. Like a regular freaking person. Or you could be like the cool people on the block and get the version that they have, which is on a really awesome heavy-duty metal bullet keychain, which has their insignia etched in it. And when you open it up, it's a flash drive, and the album is on there. That's the way to do it if you want to be one of the cool kids. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, folks, yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to give you a tune from their new album. How about we do that? Just got to remember what folder I put it in, for Christ's sakes. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, folks. So, coming off of the brand spanking new album from Concrete Angels called Lie and Divide. The name of the tune is This Something, and you are listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube. I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out? Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Hi, everybody. Are you tired of feeling sluggish all the time? Frequent bathroom breaks cutting into your workday? Can't sleep at night? Try Colovax. Colovax is a new technology that takes the power of a shop vac and uses it to thoroughly clean out your insides.
With its patented technology, Colovax cuts your bathroom visits down to once a month.
My name is Russ Russellford, and I use the Colovax once every 2 weeks to keep me limber. Now I can play catch with my son all day and never get tired or have to poop. Colovax really sucks ass. In a good way.
Colovax has not been clinically tested, so when considering Colovax, the following side effects may include goosebumps, whooping cough, crying spell, intense spouts of rage, severe depression, arousal, heart explosion, ejaculation, silent fart, anal fissures, and loss of hair and teeth.
If you use Colovax, please contact a physician if you experience any goosebumps, whooping cough, crying spells, intense spouts of rage, depression, arousal, heart explosion, ejaculation, silent farts, anal fissures, loss of hair and teeth.
This summer, the United States Board of Tourism invites you to discover America. There's so much to see, so much to do. Just listen.
This week, it's the Pick and Flick Festival in Booger, Montana, featuring the annual all-you-can-eat Booger Buffet, sinusitis sufferer Barbara Streisand in The Sound of Mucus, and famed nutritionist Dr. Vince Viscuous reading from his new book, You Say It's Dinner, I Say It's Not.
America. We'll celebrate anything.
Oh, listen to his voice. I hope he grows up to be another singer like Frank Sinatra.
I hope he's going to be another Albert Einstein.
Gee.
Say, why leave important matters like heredity to chance? Well, now you don't have to. If you buy Crapco's amazing in-home gene splicer from Crapco. Yes, determine the sex, size, and personality of your next child in minutes instead of months. Here's what you get. The Crapco Chromosome Spice of Life Rack, featuring 25 tubes of real designer genes. Yes, it's that slimy goo that makes you you. Pick from brown eyes, blue eyes, boxers, ballerinas, big ears, or big what have you. Never fear, you're the genetic engineer. With the amazing Crapco in-home gene splicer from Crapco. Yes, for just $29.99, $95.99, this could be you.
E equals MC squared. How about you?
My boy the singer.
My son the scientist.
That's right, create your own Frank Einstein with the amazing Crapco in-home gene splicer. Buy Crapco. Get one for your dog, too. Remember, at Crapco, we always say, if you buy this, you'll buy anything.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Yeah, this is Porky Pig. Everybody knows I live in a make-believe world, but I never want to return to the place I went to last night. Oh, no. Sure is a funny party. What's this? Why are all these people so tired? I can't understand their mumbling. That was what I call a lousy party. Those people were using hard drugs, like smack and the downers. Why, I've heard that many of the downers are low-grade animal tranquilizers, unfit for human consumption. Oh, it's a terrible risk. But I guess some folks think that being out of it is being in.
Come in. Here's your morning briefing, sir. Yeah, you forgot my toilet tweet. Don't you remember? You're not allowed to tweet anymore, sir. Yeah, I forgot. It's okay, sir. That's why I'm here. I hate Mondays. Not much to do when you're in the office of the former president.
Well, you could always listen to the radio, sir.
Ah, that's different. What's on?
Oh, I don't know. Would you like me to turn it on?
Why not? Got nothing better to do.
It's the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Oh, Ditzy. Call these guys up. See if they want to interview me. It'll be huge.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is hour number 3 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Taking up to lunchtime here on the Eastern Time Zone. And for those of you on the other side of the planet listening, say, on UG Media, it's about dinner time. Or do you call it supper? Is it supper time? See, if we don't like our dinner, we throw it in the garbage. If you don't like your supper, you put it in the rubbish. This is so polite the way you say things. You know, we say, you're garbage, and you're like, you're rubbish, and we're like, that doesn't sound as bad. Same thing, but different. Anyway, folks, here I am pissing off some of my favorite affiliates over there. Anyway, folks, hour number 3 consists of kind of the same stuff as hour number 1, music for your vajir holes. And coming up this hour, we'll have music from Soldier's Last Breath. Oh, Soldier's Last Breath. Yeah, they're breathing hard. You know what I'm saying? They're hard breathing. Breathing hardly. Soldier's Last Breath. Sugar Punk Fairies and the Creeping Chaos. And we'll have some weird stories that have been on the airwaves here over the last decade or so while I've been doing the show. Not just this show, but other shows. Obviously, this one hasn't been around a decade, but you know what I mean. We just heard from Porky Pig. No, not Joe Biden. Not talking about that stuttering fool. Anyway, folks, music for your vajir holes, as I said, and a classic episode of Just a Few Questions. All of this is coming up, as well as sports update, news. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Let's go ahead and start things off with Soldier's Last Breath and Cast from Hell.
You live in pain.
Cody.
I'm Dave.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Austin.
We are Soldier's Last Breath, and you are listening to Alien X Radio! Bitch.
Work is done, what to do? You never knew me like I know you. Fixing a hole, filling your void.
844-8990. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on. Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Alrighty, folks, once again, it is time for the punchlines. As always, the punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. Also being brought to you in part by 3 Apples High Cannabis Dispensary, Smurf owned and operated. Also brought to you in part by Gingerbread Daycare. There's always a warm place at the Gingerbread Daycare Center for your child. And, of course, being brought to you by the Hardcore S&M Puppet Show starring Snuggle and Struggle. Remember to look for and like Igor's Lube at www.igorslube.com and on Facebook. Alrighty, folks, so here is the punchline for this hour. No more dolphins peeing in each other's noses to say their name. Hundreds of people named Josh converge on Nebraska Park for a pool noodle battle. Now, despite heavy competition, 5-year-old Josh Vincent Jr. defended his title as the number 1 Josh. Now, in a world where we give participation trophies for everybody on the baseball team that lost, as well as everybody on the baseball team that won, and we're saying that we have to let people of opposite genders play on the opposite teams, we can't be separating people, we can't have all this discrimination and all this, but you're going to tell me that the number 1 Nebraska Park pool noodle competition around here is only open to people named Josh? That's the ultimate in bigotry, right? Only Joshes can perform. So if your name is Sally, if your name is Jeff, if your name is Kevin, if your name is Penelope, whatever your name is, you're not allowed to participate because your name isn't Josh. I'm just joshing you. No, I'm kidding. That's real. That's a real story. It's a real story. Absolutely a real story. And anyway, that has been the punchlines for this hour, folks. Brought to you by the best way to poop. It's Squatty Potty.
This is where your ice cream comes from. The creamy poop of a mystic unicorn. Totally clean, totally cool, and soft served straight from a sphincter. They're good at pooping. But you know who sucks at pooping? You do. That's because when you sit on a porcelain throne, this muscle puts a kink in the hose and stops the Ben and Jerry's from sliding out smoothly. Is that a problem? I don't know. Are hemorrhoids a problem? Because sitting at this angle can cause hemorrhoids, bloating, constipation, and a buttload of other crap. And seriously, unicorn hemorrhoids? The glitter gets everywhere. But what happens when you go from a sit to a squat? Voila! This muscle relaxes and that kink goes away faster than Pegasus laying sweet sherbet dookie. Now your colon's open and ready for battle. That's because our bodies were made to poop in a squat, and now there's a product that lets you squat in your own home. Introducing the Squatty Potty. No, Squatty Potty is not a joke. And yes, it will give you the best poop of your life, guaranteed. I don't just mean you bloated lords and hemorrhoidal ladies. I mean everyone. Kink, unkink. Kink, unkink. It's simple science, really. Can't get the last scoop out of the carton. With the Squatty Potty, you get complete elimination. Spend too much time on the chamber pot? The Squatty Potty makes you go twice as fast or your money back. I scream, you scream, and plop, plop, baby. Maybe you're sore from squeezing out solid globs of rocky road. The Squatty Potty gives you a smooth stream of froyo that glides like a virgin swan. Plus, when you're done, it tucks neatly out of sight, thanks to its innovative, patented design. Truly a footstool fit for a constipated king. So, if you're a human being who poops from your butt, click here to order your Squatty Potty today at squattypotty.com. You'll wish you tried it years ago. And if you don't trust the prince, how about your doctor? Shark Tank, HuffPost, NPR, Men's Health, Howard Stern. He poops from his butt. They're all crazy about the Squatty Potty. Not to mention the 2,000 Amazon users who gave the Squatty Potty 5 stars, including the author of this moving haiku.
Oh, Squatty Potty, you fill me with endless joy, yet leave me empty.
So order your Squatty Potty today. I'm not saying it will make your poop as soft as this cookies and cream, but I'm not saying it won't. Squatty Potty, the stool for better stool. Pooping will never be the same. And neither will ice cream. One for you. Very good.
How does it taste? Is that
Broadcasting
delicious?
directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. Cap is back. Colin Kaepernick, the exiled quarterback, is in the news again as it is reported that he has worked out with the Las Vegas Raiders, according to sources. Team officials say that the workout was quote positive. There is no word on putting pen to paper. If there was a deal in place, however, Kaepernick will automatically be in a backup role to Derek Carr, although the team has traded for New England's Patriots quarterback Jarrett Stidham and signed Nick Mullen. Showing his skills to prospective teams is nothing new for the 34-year-old, as he's made an event out of it in the past. He has also thrown for NFL scouts during the Michigan Wolverines spring game, where his former coach Jim Harbaugh works for. When asked if Kaepernick's potential workout will spell doom for Carr's leading the team, Raiders coach Josh McDaniels said that he didn't even let his player know of the arrival. After all, he did sign a $121.5 million contract with the Raiders, so I don't think he's taking a back seat, at least not this coming season. The NBA Finals is set, and if you guessed that the Warriors would be in it, congratulations. You have successfully figured out what we already knew. Even though this year's NBA regular season seemed a little lackluster in my opinion, part of the end result remained the same for the most part. Golden State makes yet another appearance in the finals, but a surprising team has joined them. Fresh off a close, and I mean close, Game 7 thriller against the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics have advanced to the championship series. Now this is the Celtics' first time in 11 years reaching this point. They have to do a lot of work to get there. After sweeping the Nets in the first round, they have to go to a Game 7 not once, but twice against the Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Warriors, heavy favorites in the series, never saw a Game 7 in any of their matchups in the postseason. Game 1 is Sunday at Golden State. Well, tune in next week for more sports. Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Bulldoze the school and build a new one. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The president suggested that on a trip to Uvalde, Texas, days after a gunman murdered 19 kids and 2 teachers in a classroom.
President Biden and the First Lady also visited a memorial at Robb Elementary School, honoring the 19 young students and 2 teachers killed in a mass shooting last week. For hours, the president also met with survivors and victims' families before greeting with first responders. The Justice Department has announced it will conduct a review of the law enforcement response to the shooting.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Uvalde. That response has been under intense scrutiny, with parents demanding answers why it took more than an hour for law enforcement to kill the 18-year-old shooter in the school. Democratic State Senator Roland Gutierrez told CNN State of the Union he talked to a mother whose daughter was shot in the back.
The first responder that they eventually talked to said that their child likely bled out. In that span of 30 or 40 minutes extra, that little girl might have lived.
It's Memorial Day, a day for Americans to reflect and honor military members who died serving our country.
This day is not about partisan wrangling or arguing or liberal, conservative. This day is about remembering those who gave their all.
David Horton's son, Chris, was one of them, died in the war in Afghanistan in 2011. Later today, President Biden will go to Arlington National Cemetery, lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Holiday weekend fun turned deadly on a river in Georgia.
Divers have recovered the bodies of 3 boaters who went missing after a crash near Savannah, Georgia, bringing the death toll from that crash to 5. 2 motorboats with a total of 9 people were traveling in opposite directions when they collided on the Wilmington River. 4 others on board suffered minor injuries.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. One of the survivors was charged with boating under the influence. The husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Paul, arrested on suspicion of drunk driving in California. America's listening to Fox News.
Give me some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time? Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes.
Alrighty, folks, so welcome back to The Attack. We're at the bottom of the hour, and we're coming up to the end of the show, which means it is time for another classic episode of Just a Few Questions. It's going to go back to, what is it, May 30th of 2021. For those of you that are not familiar with Just a Few Questions, which is probably nobody that's listening to this show, but maybe somebody new is popping in there. On Sundays, Inside the Mothership is a show that airs at 12 noon Eastern. We have a segment called Just a Few Questions, where I come up with a very strange set of very inappropriate or weird or bizarre, crazy questions, and I put people in weird, bizarre, and crazy situations, and I make them squirm their way out through a series of answers that they could choose. There's wild card answers and bonus questions and all kinds of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of weird, and you'll never be the same. So, like I said, we're going back to May 30th, 2021. This one's called Self-Help Radio Blah Blah. And you're tuned to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
To answer just a few questions.
Yeah, that's right, folks. It is time once again to answer just a few questions. And as always, this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Lube and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com. Check out some of his new products like the hot and spicy spermicide sprinkles, heart-shaped cinnamon candy flavored spermicide pellets. Just add a few to your bottle of lube to spice things up with an extra layer of hot and delicious protection. Ask your doctor.
Wow, medical advice is required.
Definitely required.
Oh, wow. Now that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yep, absolutely. They're little heart-shaped. Don't need to sprinkle them in there. And they dissolve, and then it's good to go. You know. So it is now time to answer just a few questions. Answer Martin of Mad from UG Media, all the way on the other side of the planet Earth. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well, sir. Very well.
Are you stretched out?
I'm stretched. I've been doing some meditation, some breathing, ready to focus. But it'll all be for naught.
Exactly, I was going to say.
Could never be prepared.
I was going to say, all that you just did now, chuck it all out the window.
That's it, throw it in the bin.
Clench your butt cheeks together and get ready to answer just a few questions. So let's go ahead and get things underway.
Question number one.
Question number one. You have decided to launch an all-new internet radio station. You will not do what most stations are doing. You will not play music. What? No music? That's correct. While you are familiar with the talk radio format and the news radio format, you still want to stand out and be a bit different. So, you will need to search the world over for original programming and presenters that can provide interesting and useful content. No movie reviews, no weather, no sports, no stations will focus. Your station will focus on helping people help themselves. All of your programs will be do-it-yourself and life-hacking technique type shows. Here are a few examples of these type of shows that have been popular on radio stations in the past. First one was called Joe Gannon, the Appliance Doctor. Callers would be guided through easy home appliance repairs, saving them costly repair bills. 2.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Love Phones with Dr. Drew. Licensed therapists would help callers sort out their relationship issues and mental health. And 3, Bumper to Bumper with Bob. Callers would be helped diagnose common automobile issues and repair them at home. See, now these are the kind of shows that you're going to be putting onto your station where people can call in with simple problems that they would normally pay repairmen or professionals to take care of, and you're going to help them with their problems. So, all of these shows are successful, but they are a bit dated. Your first job is to develop new versions of these shows with an updated and fresh perspective. What will you do for each of these shows? So the 3 shows I just mentioned, you're going to have to give them a refresher to them to make it more relevant for today. So the first one was the appliance repair show. Are you going to A, explain how to buy used appliances for parts and keep them in your garage? Or B, teach them how to navigate the online limited warranty and return policy? As it has become much cheaper to do that than to repair the damn thing in the first place.
Wow. Well, with the warranty thing, you could that could go on forever. So
that's why he's there, is to teach you how to navigate it without having to, you know what I'm saying?
It. And that could go on forever. Great show content that could never end. Go for that one.
All right. So B it is. Going to help everybody with that, with their websites and their warranty information. All right, so the next one is that relationship advice show. A, will you only take calls if you have both people on the line in the relationship? Or only take calls for mistresses and side pieces?
Wow. Well, I would like to mix it up a little bit and have them both on the show and then bring in the side pieces.
Yes! Now I'm listening. But here's the thing, see,
it's like Jerry. It's like was it Jerry Springer all over again?
Right, but you don't let them know. You see,
no,
you have them both on the show, and then you have your producer go and find the mistress of the side piece, load them into the lines, and then bam, just all of a sudden throw them in there and be like, oh, by the way.
I would stern eat your heart out.
Yeah. By the way, here's the 350-pound stripper that you picked up in Vegas last week.
Or, if in the deep south, your sister.
Your sister. Wow. See, it could be dangerous using glory holes. You don't know who's on the other side. That could be your sister. I'm just saying.
You've been cheating with me, with Mom.
So you're going with both of those. You're going to have both people on the line and the mistress of the side piece.
Absolutely. That is radio and comedy gold.
It is. It really is. And because it's on the radio, too, everybody's at home on the phone. Nobody can stab each other. So it's less stabby. That's always good.
Well, for at least as long as the call goes on. Whatever happens after that is none of my responsibility.
Absolutely. Once we hang up, that's it. Contract complete. The third one is the auto repair show. So, will you A, tell the callers what cheap parts on modern cars are designed to go bad and make it look like something bigger to generate the $750 minimum repair bill? Or teach everyone how to properly navigate the world of extended car warranties and the phone scams?
Wow.
So you're going to teach them the 37-cent part that they can replace with a bread tie and eliminate the $750 bill. Or you're going to teach them how to eliminate the scams and find the real extended warranties to get their stuff fixed.
Go for B.
Go for B. You're actually going to give them something they can really use.
Yeah.
All right. If we even have any real ones. I don't even know if there are any real ones out there.
No, there is not. It's lies.
Just the one that comes with the car when you buy it brand new at the dealer. And then when that's gone, it's gone. Everything after that is just bull.
Just make sure you change your number because you'll be plagued forever.
Ever and ever and ever. Bringing us to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Question number 2. Now that you have updated these proven show formats, it's time to add your own. Remember the world we live in today and the future that's developing before us. These shows need to be relevant, be able to identify an issue, break it down, and offer solutions and or advice. Here are some of the show descriptions, and you must give them a name. So here are the shows. I'm going to tell you what the shows contain, what's happening in the shows, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to name that show with suggested names and your own if you want to choose one. So the first show is, it helps the listeners deal with urgency issues as it regards to hoarding basic items during media-manipulated panic. Helps shed light on real shortages versus retail calculated shortages designed to incite panic buying. Wow, that almost sounded like it came from a textbook, didn't it? I should write textbooks. Now,
I know, right? That's deep, man. That is really deep.
So basically, the show is just teaching you to calm down, Karen. Don't buy everything in the store because there will be more tomorrow. Okay? Now, Are we going to call the show A, Get a Grip? B, The Toilet Paper Wars? C, The Liquid Spam Tank? Or other?
Oh, wow. Gotta go with Liquid Spam Tank.
Just cuz. There's another great band name.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Multi-use titles.
Telling you what, man. So the Liquid Spam Tank. That's the name of the show, man. So cool. All right, so here's the next one. You're going to have to name this one, too. Teaches the younger generation how to safely prepare meals using their favorite household chemicals and other non-food items.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Are we going to call it Food Challenged? B, Why Would You Eat That? Or C, Eat and Stay Alive? Or other? The Food Challenged. Why Would You Eat That? Eat and Stay Alive? Or other?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something Tide Pod related, but it ain't working. So, Food Challenged, I think.
Food Challenged. I don't know. Should I eat this? Well, what is it? Rat poison. If you're asking the question, then yes, eat it.
That's it. Whatever makes you happy.
Then yes. You are the weakest link. Here's some rat poison. All right, next one. Helps callers figure out what their gender is with helpful scientific and biological information. It helps callers figure out their gender, what their gender is with helpful scientific and biological information. Is the show called What's in Your Pants? B, What's Not in Your Pants? Or C, Boys Have a Penis and Girls Have a Vagina 101? Or other?
Wow, scaring people with facts there, Mr. Alien.
Sorry.
It doesn't end well.
I know, sorry.
I will go with the last one because it's funny.
All right. Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina 101. All right. Next one is a comprehensive look at the inner workings of world government and their influence on the pandemic. Taking a deeper look at the mainstream media's involvement with the manipulation of truth and the detrimental effects caused by the big tech companies like Facebook as they censor and block public opinion and projecting a false one.
Say what you mean there, Alien Stone. let it all out.
You know, that took a minute to write, so I'm going to say it again since that's only a moment in time. A comprehensive look at the inner workings of world government and their influence on the pandemic, taking a deeper look at the mainstream media's involvement with the manipulation of truth and the detrimental effects caused by the big tech companies like Facebook as they censored and blocked public opinion and projecting a false one. Is the name of the show going to be The Tokyo Drift? the World Weekly Fake News. C, killer clowns from Washington, D.C. or other.
I'm going to go with Killer Clowns from Washington, D.C.
Killer Clowns from Washington, D.C. is the name of that show.
Oh, wow, you're killing me here. You're killing me.
All right. And your bonus question for this is, what kind of incentives will you offer your listeners to get them to call and participate? A, a $10 Visa gift card. B, an experimental vaccine. Or C, facts, truth, and honesty, though unpopular today. Or D, other.
All of the above, depending what state you're in.
Exactly. The state of confusion, the state of ignorance, the state of stupidity.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Let it all out, Alien Stone.
Oh, I was letting it out. D-Unit's not here today, so I get a little bit more political. Not too much, just a little bit. I don't want to go too far. I'm not naming anybody too specifically here. Bringing us to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Now you have a bunch of shows that have the potential to help the world. But as we have learned over the past few years, people don't want to be helped. They just want to be entertained while spoon-fed and programmed. So, that being said, you will need to jazz things up to draw the attention of the average clueless person so you can begin undoing the damage that has led them to eating Tide Pods, snorting condoms, defunding the police, and falling for the ridiculous concept of democratic socialism. The key will be the hosts of these shows. Here are a list of the... Oh, my music is ending here. Wow. There we go. So the key is going to be the hosts of the shows. Here is a list of the talent that you will be trying to hire. Who would make a good host for these shows, and what would you use for the opening theme song? So, the first one is the Appliance Repair Show. What did you call that? The Appliance Repair Show, you called it, well, I don't think you gave it a name, did you?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Yeah, you... No, not the first three you did. The first three you didn't. Okay. So anyway, it's the Appliance Repair Show. Is it going to be hosted by VR Stephen Hawking? B, a Speak and Spell? Or C, other? Welcome to the show.
Wow. I'm going to go with other.
Who's the other going to be?
I will have Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman. Gonna host the Appliance Show.
And I'm trying to find my lost sock in the dryer. First you take off the vent.
Okay.
And then you gotta change it.
Okay. Anyway, what would you use for the theme song for the Appliance Repair Show hosted by Pee Wee Herman? Would it be A, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits? Or B, Ain't Nothing Wrong with the Radio by Aaron Tippin? Or you can always make up your own.
I'm going to go with B.
There ain't nothing wrong with the radio. And you're turned into the radio to find out what's wrong with everything else at your house.
That's it, yeah. That was the irony.
So the next one is the Relationship Advice Show. Who are you going to have host that? Virtual reality Ike Turner?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about Taylor Swift? Or other? So it's virtual reality Ike Turner or Taylor Swift or other.
I'm going to go with other, and I think you know who I'm going to choose for this. This will be your own Detroitians, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. He's always going to say, man, the secret to long relationships is being able to get your pecs to dance. You know what I'm saying? That and bedazzling G-strings.
That's it.
Hashtag codpiece.
And that gorgeous smile of his.
And what are you going to use for the opening theme song for the show? Is it going to be... I'm sorry, sponsors, but I have to say this. Fuck Her Gently by Tenacious D? Or Anything by Barry White?
You could go with virtually anything from Steel Panther.
Yeah.
I will go with A.
A, so some Tenacious D. No, you don't really have to effort hard. It's a great song. It's a great song. All right, the next one is the Auto Repair Show. Is it going to be hosted by Kit from Knight Rider? Or virtual reality James Dean? Kid from Knight Rider or virtual reality James Dean or other?
Oh, wow. Let's go with virtual reality James Dean.
Yeah.
Because we all know what happened there, don't we, ladies and gentlemen?
By the time he starts fixing them instead of smashing them. Too soon? Really? And what song?
No.
What song are you going to use for the opening theme for the show? Is it going to be Highway Star by Deep Purple? Or One Piece at a Time by Johnny Cash?
No, I'm going to go with I Can't Drive 55 by Sam Vega.
Drive 55. All right, see, we're working this out. See, you're being very creative. It's a good thing. All right, so the next one is the hoarding show. Remember the people like taking everything, just hoarding everything. Is it going to be hosted by Jay Leno, who obviously hoards cars? Boy, I wish I could afford to hoard cars. Or Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Or other.
Buffalo Bill would be fantastic for the relationship one, but I'm going to go with him for the hoarding.
You're going to go with who?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill for the hoarding. This question is being brought to you by Buffalo Bill's Fried Skins. We'll drop you a basket.
Hey, ain't you like a size 8?
Hey, wait a minute. Was she a big fat girl? And what would your opening theme be for the hoarding show hosted by Buffalo Bill? Would it be Too Much by the Dave Matthews Band? Or You Like Me Too Much by the Beatles? Or other?
Yeah, I think I'll have to go with an other. I'm not too sure what to go with. I'm trying to think of something witty. And it's not happening, would you so believe?
Right. See, because you can't try to do something witty.
No.
Right? Because if you tried and you don't, then you didn't and you weren't.
I'm gonna go with A. Gotta go with A.
You go with A. What was A again? I forgot. Too Much by the Dave Matthews Band.
That's
all right. So that's a good way of torturing people when they're in the hole too. Is with Dave Matthews Band. And the next one is the Chemical Food Safety Show. So you can teach young kids how to properly prepare things at home, from things that are not actually food. Is it going to be hosted by the Olsen twins? Or Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid Man?
I think the perfect host for this would be Charlie Sheen. He's very good with chemicals, so I hear.
Charlie Sheen is the other. All right. I'm surprised that you didn't scream at me for saying Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid Man. Every week I do something that's like somebody's out there is going, dude, really? That was harsh, man. Yeah. Sorry. And what would the opening theme song be for the Chemical Food Safety Show hosted by Charlie Sheen? Would it be Poison by Alice Cooper? Or Plenty of Things to Drink Under the Sink by Jackie Floyd?
I will go with Jackie Floyd, please.
All right. Plenty of Things to Drink Under the Sink by Jackie Floyd. Next one is the gender clarification show. Which I think you did name the gender clarification show, didn't you?
I think so. I can't remember what it is. I'm too busy laughing. Sorry.
Yeah, you called it Boys Have a Penis and Girls Have a Vagina.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
And the last one was the Food Challenge show, and then Liquid Spam Tank was before that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on to the gender clarification show, which is penis. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Is the host going to be Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner or other? But we have determined there is no other.
It's funny because they're both the same person. It's funny. I'm going to go.
They
with
can
Bruce
both
Jenner.
co-host. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to go with Bruce Jenner just to stir the pot.
There you go, Bruce Jenner. All right. So the next one is the New World Agenda show. This is that one with all about the control of the media and Facebook and the governments and all this stuff that's all controlling everything. So, is this going to be hosted by Kamala Harris? Or Candace Owens?
Oh, wow.
Or other.
Wow. You see, you could make it really, really weird and have Jim Carrey.
Remember, the show's supposed to help people.
Yeah, no, it won't be with Jim.
Certainly won't be with Kamala Harris either.
No, absolutely not.
But you could go other.
I'm going to go other and go with Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I would definitely like Candace Owens to host that, man, for sure. And what would the theme song be for a show that tells you about the world agenda? Would it be the Imperial March from Star Wars? Or The Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden?
Ooh.
Or other.
Ooh. That'll be good. Number of the Beast. I'll go with Number of the Beast.
Number of the Beast. All right. And that brings us to Lightning Strikes. True or false? Near and far does not depend on perspective.
False.
Wrong. Regardless of your perspective, the things are where they are. One is near and one is far. Depending on optical illusion is irrelevant.
Okay.
Just like now is now, regardless of daylight savings time.
Oh, don't get me started with that. That messes with my programmer when that happens.
Yeah, I know. Yes or no? An opinion is fact.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all. In any way, shape, or form should an opinion be considered fact. An opinion can be a fact, but is not automatically a fact. So, eat or not eat laundry detergent.
Well, then again, it all depends who's eating it, doesn't it? I've got a long list of people who do need to, but in the general consensus, hell no.
Correct. Not eat unless you're under 35.
That's it. Living in your mum's basement.
That's right. Drink or not drink White Claw.
I'm going to say don't drink.
Correct. It's don't drink unless you're a wussy. It has been described as like drinking television static while somebody screams the name of a fruit from the other room.
Wow.
That's the way it's been described, yeah. So, are opinions formulated by the interpretation of facts? Yes or no? Is your opinion interpreted? Is it formulated by the interpretation of facts?
It can be. It all depends on who's saying it.
Yes. Yes, you can in fact, formulate an opinion based on your interpretation of facts unless you're a Democrat.
I'm beginning to see a theme here, Mr. Alien.
Yeah. Today was the day.
I put my finger on it.
Today was the day, man. Today was the day. Now, next week, I'm going to go back to business as usual. But today was the day, man. I had to release the pressure valve a little bit today. Number 6. Good or bad? Fewer companies own all of the radio and television stations today than ever before. Is it good or bad that the radio and television stations today are owned by fewer companies than ever before?
Bad.
It's absolutely bad. That's how the manipulation and control of information makes it to you with no choice to choose. You go from this one to this one to this one. They're all owned by the same company. They all got the same script.
Yep.
So, our final one is our opinions formulated by the interpretation of your preferences.
Well, if your opinions are, yes. Certainly come up with that.
Correct. Your opinions are, in fact, formulated by the interpretation of preferences and the Karma Sutra.
Page 69, dude.
Page 69, man. I photocopied that page and put it in a couple other places so that I could reread the chapter. It's now chapter 69, chapter 71, chapter 88. Get it? 88? Get it? 88?
68, I have to owe you one.
And ladies and gentlemen, that has been just a few questions. North of Never and Wildfire, one of my absolute favorite tunes here on the radio station. That is all the time we've got for this week on The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Until next time, this is Alien Stone saying thank you to all of my affiliates live and in syndication around the world. And Earthlings, please stop doing weird things to each other with or without your pants on. Until next time, peace, okay?
This is my boomstick. The 12-gauge double-barreled Remington. S-Mart's top of the line. You can find this in the sporting goods department. That's right, this sweet baby was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Retails for about $109.95. It's got a walnut stock, cobalt blue steel, and a hair trigger.